Most people will tell you that overthinking is just a sign of intelligence. They are wrong. It is actually a trauma response, and if you do not break the cycle, it will eventually destroy your potential. Here is what your mind is actually doing when you cannot stop thinking. Sign number 1. You replay conversations that are already over. Not just once, not just twice, on a loop that you cannot seem to turn off. Something someone said 3 days ago. A moment that everyone else forgot the second it ended, but you are still sitting with it, turning it over, examining it from every possible angle. This happens because your brain is trying to do something impossible. It is trying to solve the past. Psychologists call this rumination, and research from Yale University shows that this pattern is one of the strongest predictors of anxiety and depression, not because the thoughts are dangerous, but because the loop never finds a resolution. So it starts again and again. The reason this pattern exists in the first place is important to understand. Rumination almost always develops in people who experienced unpredictable or painful situations early in life. Your brain decided that if it could just analyze every moment carefully enough, it could prevent the pain from happening again. That was never a flaw. That was your brain protecting you the only way it knew how. But protection mode was never meant to last forever. What you can do is this. The next time you catch yourself replaying something, ask yourself one honest question. What am I actually trying to solve right now? In almost every case, the answer is nothing. The moment is already gone. Naming that simple truth is often enough to stop the loop before it takes your entire night. Sign number 2. You struggle to make even simple decisions. What to order? How to word a message? Which option to choose? Decisions that should take seconds somehow take minutes, sometimes much longer. This happens because your brain is not just evaluating the options in front of you. It is running through every possible outcome of every possible choice, and then asking what each outcome says about you as a person. This pattern almost always connects to early experiences, where making the wrong choice had real consequences, where mistakes were met with punishment or disappointment. Your brain learned that decisions were dangerous, and so it learned to stall, searching endlessly for the perfect answer, because perfect felt like the only safe option. What helps is practicing quick decisions on purpose. Give yourself 60 seconds for small choices. Teach your nervous system through repeated experience that making an imperfect decision is survivable, because it is. Sign number 3. Your brain automatically goes to the worst possible outcome. Someone does not reply and your brain decides they are angry. Your manager asks to talk and your stomach drops. A friend seems quiet and you immediately begin wondering what you did wrong. Worst-case thinking almost always develops in people who were genuinely blindsided by something painful. Your brain decided that the safest strategy was to always see the danger coming before it arrives, to never be caught off guard again. The problem is that a mind always scanning for disaster cannot enjoy the moments that are actually good. What helps is this. When your brain gives you a worst-case scenario, pause and think of 3 other possible explanations for the same situation, not to force yourself to be positive, but to give your brain access to the full picture instead of only its darkest corner. Sign number 4. You find it hard to be present in the moment you are actually in. You are at dinner but already thinking about tomorrow. You are in a conversation but composing your next sentence before the other person has finished speaking. You are trying to rest, but your brain is 3 days ahead of you. This happens because the present moment became an unsafe place at some point. Your brain learned to always stay slightly ahead of now, always anticipating, always preparing, always ready. Harvard research found that people spend nearly half of their waking hours thinking about something other than what they are currently doing, and it was not the circumstances of their lives that determined how happy they felt. It was simply whether their mind was present or absent. What helps is using your senses as an anchor. When your mind drifts, choose one sense and focus on it for 10 seconds. What do you hear right now? What do you feel in your body? What do you see directly in front of you? 10 seconds is enough to bring you back. Sign number 5. You cannot turn your brain off at night. The moment your head hits the pillow, everything arrives at once, every worry, every unfinished thought, every what if, delivered in full clarity at the exact moment your body needs to rest. This happens because during the day, stimulation and activity suppress the thoughts, but at night when the noise disappears, Everything your brain has been holding surfaces all at once, and the sleep deprivation it causes makes you more anxious the next day, feeding the very cycle you are trying to escape. What genuinely helps is a simple brain dump before bed. 10 minutes. Write every thought, every worry, every task on paper. Not to solve any of them, just to get them out of your head and onto the page. Your brain keeps cycling through worries because it is afraid of losing track of them. Writing them down sends it a clear signal. It is captured. It is safe. You can rest now. So here is what I need you to carry with you today. Overthinking is not a personality flaw. It is not proof that something is permanently broken in you. It is a brilliant mind that learned to protect itself in a world that did not always feel safe. Every loop, every worst-case scenario, every sleepless night was your brain doing the only thing it knew how to do: keep you alive, keep you prepared, keep you safe. But you are not in that place anymore, and your mind deserves to know that. One sign at a time, one small shift at a time. That is how you break a cycle that took years to build. If this video names something you have been carrying for a long time, share it with someone who needs to hear it today. Like this video if something in here shifted for you. Subscribe to Mindshift for a new psychology video every single week. And tell me in the comments, which sign felt the most personal to you? See you in the next one.